I'm only eating meat for the next 30 days. Which includes things like raw liver, raw kidneys, brain, even raw testicles. Starting with a barbecue, having some friends over. I'm looking forward to the next 30 days.
I love this diet already.
Talk to me in a week.
Taking that bacon fat, now I'm having a pound of salmon. This so-called carnivore diet promises insane health benefits. So I took health tests before and after, and the changes were mind-blowing. What are your thoughts on me starting the carnivore diet?
I don't think it's great because diversity is the name of the game. I think you might get tired of eating meat.
Once you see me with a full beard, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna get on the carnivore diet too. There are countless stories of people who transformed their health with this. Being full of energy, curing all sorts of problems, even things like depression and anxiety. But how could this possibly be healthy? I'm starting to doubt whether this is actually healthy. So far, I'm not sick of bacon. I wonder how much money I'm spending in total throughout this whole month.
Oh my goodness. After taking a bite of that, my burrito tastes like cardboard.
So I'm making 5 pounds of ground beef.
Are you really gonna eat all that?
Is that a problem? I feel kind of drained and tired. I think it's carb withdrawals. This is when things get interesting, because I recently met Hudson, who has Crohn's, an incurable autoimmune disease, and he's been looking for a solution.
It essentially affects your digestive tract. I've been to the hospital multiple times, pumped with medicine, a tremendous amount of pain regardless of the steroids that they pumped me with. They're trying their best to avoid complete surgery. Removing the colon, and then you'd have a ostomy bag where, I mean, no one wants to have that.
And I connected him with Brian, an animal-based expert who might be able to help.
I think carnivore would be a life changer for you, and I know dozens of people that completely reverse their Crohn's disease.
I don't know, I've had a lot of contradicting advice over the years. I've had vegans be like, this is exactly how you should eat.
And I know I'm just one of those guys in the mix. People with IBD, IBS, Crohn's, colitis, this is like the core of the carnivore community because they find the most healing from it, and it changes their life.
For me personally, meat has always been a little bit more hard to digest.
By the way, how often do you work out?
I only work out for 25 minutes twice a week.
Maybe we should trust him.
So, are you in?
I'm in.
Really?
I'm in.
Dude, alright. So Hudson got his doctor involved to supervise it, and I really hope this works because I stumbled upon this diet because I have someone close to me who has 2 autoimmune diseases who I don't want to name. You know, I've been looking for a solution and researching stuff, but I feel like I can't really help him. But if this works, it might open his mind and it could be a lifesaver. But how's this healthy? Where do you get your vitamins? So I went to this organ meat tasting dinner where people had some answers.
That's a heart with sauce. These are actual pig ears. Yeah, it's feces.
No!
So, yeah, it's a delicacy. It's not feces.
I believed you!
Alright, here we go. This is the heart. It's actually really good.
Ooh, pickled pig ear. So slimy. It's moose liver.
Oh, I don't like that.
So instead of eating veggies, you eat this.
What are the best organs? Liver. Yeah. Liver.
Specifically, liver is the ultimate superfood. Out of 30 micronutrients and vitamins we need, nothing comes even close to beef liver. I was gonna have to get used to eating organs, so this was a good start.
I had IBS for, I guess, about like 7 years. I went carnivore to like cure it, and it basically took away all my symptoms.
But what about all the studies showing you should eat less meat and more greens?
Research is the most bought and paid for thing on the planet.
So this is something I want to dig in deeper. Have we been lied to all this time? And whose advice can we actually trust? But so far, not much changed.
3 days in now, how do you feel?
I feel good right now. In many ways, this diet made things very simple. Check out this shopping basket. Got a beef liver snack, pork rinds, bacon, ribeye steak. Disgusting! What is this? Is this yours?
Show me the ways.
So this is chicken liver?
You didn't like it?
You took a huge spoon. It's something you taste a little bit.
Oh, you tell me that now.
It's been 5 days. I'm still not sick of it. Did you hear that? So, this morning, had to rush to the bathroom. Diarrhea is one of the biggest hurdles to try in the carnivore diet. If you can overcome this, you can overcome anything. A lot of people on Reddit agree the first 2 weeks are the don't trust a fart period, as the body's adjusting to this new diet. In the meantime, I wanted to dig deeper. Now I'm going to be meeting with Paul Saladino, a medical doctor who used to be raw vegan and has been animal-based for years now. And he's quite the character. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, brother.
Why go animal-based?
I think it is the single most evolutionarily appropriate
species-appropriate diet for humans. For people that aren't familiar with an animal-based diet, it's organs, meat, fruit, honey, and some raw dairy. Performing optimally, feeling good, more energy, more libido, better sleep, better mood. The eczema goes away when I went carnivore. Raw vegan 14 or 15 years ago for 7 months. 25 pounds of lean muscle mass lighter. Horrible gas to the point that I couldn't even keep a girlfriend. You can't go to the movie theater because you fart in the cushion. You're doing silent but deadly, but then you get up.
It seems like you are at war with vegetables. What happened in your childhood with vegetables?
There's no question that plant leaves in general are full of toxins. This is all plants trying to say, Leon, stop eating me.
It's a protective mechanism.
Yes, but there is a subset of leaves that we have sort of domesticated and detoxified enough that we can put them in the grocery store. Whether that's leaves or stems or roots or seeds, you can get all of the nutrients in those foods, in animal foods, with none of the toxins in those vegetables. Look at the unique nutrients found in meat and organs that are not found in any plant. It's creatine, carnitine, choline, carnosine, anserine, taurine, K2, B12, biotin, riboflavin. That's always a complicated thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a lot for YouTube, so to keep people engaged, let's just play a funny clip. You drink blood?
I do.
And you eat testicles?
Yeah.
Raw?
Yeah.
And then he invited me to have some. Of course, I couldn't say no. That is a big testicle.
That's half.
That is half a... Hunter, I don't think I can do this.
You probably can.
What do you mean I can't?
I don't think you can.
What do you want to bet? I'm gonna eat a raw testicle. At some point in the 30 days. If I don't do it, I'm gonna wear a Teletubby costume for a week straight. Can you eat raw organs with your shirt on?
No. Okay, start with the heart. You can just chew that. That's raw heart.
Cheers. What do you say to that, Hunter, huh?
Second grade, raw liver.
This is where it gets disgusting, right? Nice. Especially liver has a really strong taste. I can't do it! By the way, here, Hunter, do you want some? I ate before we came, so I'm full. We're done, right?
All right, testicle.
No. No! Is it filled with cum?
Yeah, it's good for you. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Well, but no. I wasn't gonna give up yet. I got it as takeaway, and eventually I'd eat it. After maybe working my way up.
For those who don't want to put raw testicle or raw blood in their mouth, we built Hardened Soil, which is grass-fed, grass-finished, regeneratively raised, desiccated organs in capsules. Fresh organs are best. I don't want people to take the supplements if they can do fresh organs.
This all sounds crazy at first, but it seems like these are interesting points. I guess we'll see what my blood tests show. Cholesterol, testosterone, but I still want to see what other experts in the research says. The stakes of this story are increasing. Get it? Because guess what I'm having for breakfast? I'm missing carbs a little bit.
You also miss normal bowel movements.
You always gotta bring that up, Al. How long have you been carnivore?
Probably 6 months to a year. What's your mud butt been like since you've been doing it?
What?
Mud butt. I've tried them all, like brain, liver.
I'm working myself up. I just put some liver in my ground beef. Oh, it just hits you after a while. Ooh, it's not too bad, right?
Testicles are probably my favorite. Sex drive you get at least. Eat a raw testicle or two.
I believe it is the morning of day 9.
What are you eating now?
I want to say 85 to 90% animal products, some fruits and some vegetables, mainly berries, zucchini, squash, and sweet potatoes as well, just because I think I need the fiber, and I talked to my doctor about it.
Seems like he's pretty open to it.
Honestly, I was surprised about that. Cramping here and there over the past few days, but I just feel like it's drastically improved. Surprisingly so. Like I said, I was a little bit skeptical, but I'm feeling pretty good. I don't want to make any crazy claims as of now. I don't know. It seems like such a crazy, drastic diet.
But is this really healthy? And what does the other side say? Have you ever wondered what would happen if you put a carnivore and a vegan in the same room? Well, I did too. So grab your favorite popcorn. I've got my pork rinds.
The health claims surrounding the diet are largely just jumping the gun.
I think it's kind of opposite. The burden of proof is on proving that it's not healthy and that it's been how humans existed for millions of years. It's how we became human.
And then that's healthy? Is that true?
Name one species that doesn't eat a diet that it evolved on.
That doesn't answer my question.
Like the whole premise that meat is bad is like quite hilarious to me.
That's because you're running with an appeal to nature, pal.
This is the simple truth of nature. I don't know what to say. This is like
Wait, no,
funny,
how is that a simple truth of nature? That's actually just a red herring.
Well, okay. I have the simplest thesis that whole foods are good. Luckily, there are studies to show it. You can see it in the literature. You can see it
I haven't seen
anecdotally.
that very persuasively in the literature. water. What are you talking about?
Oh man, I knew this would be fun.
I'm more confused than I was before. All these different sides showing studies to support it.
Is it obvious to you now that the people from that crowd don't know what the they're talking about? The guy's a clown, to be perfectly honest.
I had to block him. Like, he would just be making insane statements. Basically a troll, just nonstop.
And obviously my channel is not in depth at all. Don't listen to me, check out their stuff. And we have to acknowledge that there are biases at play here. Does Brian have a bias because he's working on a docu-series that is debunking game changers? Maybe. Does Nick have a bias because he cares about animals and doesn't want us to kill them? Potentially. Do I have a bias to make the carnivore diet look better than it is? Of course not. Thanks ButcherBox for sponsoring this video. You can sign up with the link below to get free ribeyes for a year. I absolutely love them. But anyways, my point is, how can you trust anyone? How do you know who's right? What about the ethics, the environment? And what I found was fascinating and infuriating. By this time, I had some good news. Normal shit, baby. You got nothing left to say now. What do you think of my skin? How is it looking? Better than before?
I think so, actually, yeah.
If you told me a few months ago that I would be eating only meat and feeling this way, I wouldn't have believed you. Ground beef with liver and heart.
Now that I've had a taste of this, I might go carnivore.
You can also try some liver supplements by Heart and Soil or stuff like that.
Link in the description.
Smooth! I was traveling for a few days to this creator event I was invited to, and sticking to the diet was fine. Just had to make some adjustments. But I really wonder how many animals have to die every year if you go animal-based? And what about the ethical and environmental aspects?
I just want to ask Brian a question. What is true of humans that is untrue of animals that, if untrue of humans, would cause humans to lose value sufficiently that we would be justified in killing them and slaughtering them for food?
The way to have the fewest deaths would be carnivore. If you wanted to eat one cow, you could eat that over the course of a year. Maybe you would take 1.5 and one animal would die. And hopefully that would be a grass-fed cow that's out there just eating grass, and then it has one bad day and then you eat it.
I just want everybody to know that Brian hasn't actually answered the question.
Animals are killed in every single stage of the process of growing plant foods. Species are relocated and wiped out or killed and slaughtered to grow the plants. Then
also true of animal agriculture.
If you use regenerative agriculture that doesn't use monocrops, then you'll kill less animals. So I feel morally superior to you because I kill less animals. That's my answer, is that I'm killing less animals with my diet. So I feel morally superior.
This is also problematic. That's just an empirical claim. I just want the audience to understand that he still hasn't really answered the question.
Okay. We're dumping literal hundreds of millions of tons of synthetic fertilizer on the land because we've made it so infertile by growing plants on it. We need more cows raised properly to regenerate all of the land that we have stripped of its nutrients from years of monocrop farming. When cows poop and pee on the ground, it increases carbon, increases the soil microbiome, you get green grass, you get ecosystems with bugs and birds. The other thing people will argue is you can't scale regenerative agriculture. You absolutely can scale regenerative agriculture. Totally scalable.
As long as people vote with their dollars?
Yes.
If you eat meat, make sure it's high quality, humanely raised, no added hormones, and ButcherBox is all of that. Because the more money flows into companies like these, the more the industry improves, because we vote with our dollars. Meanwhile, I'm still on my quest to work my way up to eating raw testicles, but I needed some help. I'm here with Kurt. You've been carnivore for how long?
4 years.
And he prepared a buffet for me. What is all this?
Marrow bones. Half a heart right here. Tongue. This is straight fat. Neck vertebra. Kidney. This stuff is so good. So I'm just gonna put some salt in there.
Yeah, it's like butter.
If you're brave, you can drink this juice. You ready? Cheers.
Oh.
That bowl that I had in the closet, I ate the peanut. Yeah.
We're not gonna do that. We had some more heart, some more liver.
It's actually pretty high in Cohen's and Q10.
All right, the Cohen's, yeah. But then came the kidney. What does a kidney do?
It filters your piss. Yeah, it kind of tastes like piss.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, he's struggling too. Cheers. Oh, there's like these waves of taste. If I can eat this, I could eat some testicles. Let's put this debate to an end. What is the actual science saying? What are the studies? Well, I read up on them and I almost understood one paragraph.
The IARC report found a 17% higher colorectal cancer risk, and there was a dose-dependent relationship. And it's not even like it was small. It was 2/3 participants over 12.5 years of follow-up.
If you go to the East, if you do studies in Asia, China, Thailand, Japan, you see the completely opposite correlation. There's a large study with over 240,000 people. The men that ate the most red meat had the lowest rates of heart disease. Women that eat the most red meat, lowest rates of cancer.
It seems like for every study, there's another study pointing the other direction. How?
observational science. Junk science, giving people surveys. 100 people, what did you eat over the last 5 years? We want you to recall.
We're basing all of our RCTs, epidemiology, food questionnaires, all this stuff based on an unhealthy population, eating processed foods, eating hot dogs with milkshakes and sodas and candy, and then we say the hot dog is bad.
We've been told meat is bad for you, so who eats more meat? People that ride more motorcycles, drink more alcohol, smoke more cigarettes, get less colonoscopies, get less mammograms, get in the sun less, don't play tennis on Sundays.
Get out of this carnivore versus vegan battle. Embrace that the food companies are trying to make you sick. They don't care about your health. The food companies and the drug companies work together to promote a culture where you eat more, you become sick from the food, and then you're dependent on the meds. Heart Association, Diabetes Association, Cancer Associations, they are in it to make money and push agendas. The top 10 donation organizations to public medical education are food companies. The food companies own our education system, and they will never let go. Again, it's not a conspiracy, it's just money. Who pays for everything?
So now we can't even fully trust the science and studies because they have biases, missing context, agendas. You know how they say it takes 650 gallons to make beef burger patties because cows need so much water? Well, 94% of that is rainwater that would fall on the land regardless, with or without cows. That's how they calculate it. But then on the vegan side, there's also great channels going into detail debunking it back, with lots of studies and research pointing back at it. How can we trust anyone or anything now? Especially when you're someone like Hudson whose health is on the line. But I believe that in the end, there is a simple answer to all of this. It is time for my nemesis. So this here is just part of the ball. Here we meet again. Again, thanks to ButcherBox for sponsoring this video. They don't sell testicles, but they have everything you could want. And they're supporting our channel as we're expanding our team, hiring editors and operators and whatnot. And I'm grateful to have them as a partner. I told Hunter I was gonna do it. If I'm not gonna do it, I have to wear a purple Teletubby costume for a week. It's delivered directly to your door, frozen and fresh, super high quality. Go sign up with the link below to get free ribeyes for a year. It's one of these moments where the more you hesitate, the worse it gets, right? Yeah. I did it! It wasn't too bad, I mean.
Reminds me of salmon.
You should go straight for it, like grab the testicle, eat it from the skin.
Oh, this hit different.
Oh no! Oh, that is just, yeah, that's a different experience.
So again, if you don't want to eat testicles, for whatever reason, I don't understand.
You can check out Hot and Soil, link in the description.
Do you feel the difference?
Yeah, it's like, you know that feeling of like when you haven't had sex in a while? Like that's the...
I don't know that feeling, I have. Now, before we go into the final results of this diet and check on my cholesterol, testosterone, and overall health, I want to make it clear that I'm very biased towards meat. I've been eating meat my whole life, and I wanted to focus on the animal-based arguments, because it's a new perspective. But I'm not advocating for any diet, and you shouldn't listen to me. All I want is to start a conversation.
Look who's getting in on the party.
That's right.
The veggie eater.
I just couldn't resist your meat.
So it seems like you're more open to it now.
I'm not open to the super restriction, but I really like some of the concepts, you know, like I'm gonna start eating more organ meats.
I admire the people who try the extremes, whether it's carnivore, fruitarian, even breatharian. They might be wrong, but they always push the conversation forward. And we need them, because oftentimes they learn something that everyone can benefit from. Like a Wim Hof, who did crazy experiments, but he taught us the amazing benefits of cold exposure and breath work. And he started an entire movement.
There are many people who disagree with me, which is good. It means we're starting to have productive conversation in society.
You don't get mad if you don't agree. We get to not agree. It's okay.
It's been over 30 days now. How do you feel so far?
I'd say overall, in comparison to other diets that I've eaten, I mean, it's definitely been one of the best. Definitely opened up my eyes to the fact that meat is not your enemy.
And moving forward, we both want to continue to eat an ancestral diet where we add in honey, sweet potato, fruit, which includes things like avocado, squash, zucchini. Yes, those are fruits.
I guess it's similar to what you were just saying, which is just a strict modified version of paleo.
And instead of eating plants and vegetables, we get our micronutrients from eating liver. Right, getting the blood test and DEXA scan.
30 days isn't really enough, but like you see changes. It's crazy. It's Great. Let's rock and roll. The most interesting part is the HDL. We talk about good cholesterol, bad cholesterol. If your HDL is greater than 65, and you have a very healthy metabolism and very, very low risk for cardiovascular disease. It's not a huge change. I wasn't expecting any change, but in 30 days, you dropped your CRP. Testosterone, really hard test to judge. It depends on what time of day you take it, and it can vary. This just reflects a healthy testosterone. Despite not really a dramatic change in your training regimen, you put on 4.5 pounds of muscle. It's very hard to put on muscle. Not only did you put on the muscle, you lost fat just eating more meat.
This is all great, but I wish I could give you a clear answer on who's right and who's wrong. But the world just isn't that black and white. It's gray, with many shades, nuances, and biases. All we can do is be open-minded, question everything, embrace uncertainty, and try things until we find what works for us. Thanks for watching.